Everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is MichelleAna. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you have been here before, hey sis. I am over here, not too sure what this video is gonna look like because I am currently trying to pack for just to go home for a few days, and my room is a little bit of a mess. I've got like the bathroom door open, and I've got like just stuff that I have to put in my carry-on. Typically when I go home for a few days, and I've been going home for holidays. So technically I've had a holiday every single month this year except for February. So I wasn't really home for February. January because New Year's, so I was home like all like, you know, Christmas Eve, New Year's Day, like all that good stuff. And then February I was here in South Carolina. And then what else? Oh yeah, and then I had like the birthdays in March, and then BeautyCon in March, and then April was Easter, May was my birthday, my mother's birthday, Mother's Day, and then June, I can't leave my dad hanging. You guys know how much I love my dad too. I mean, I love my parents, period. So I'm going home for Father's Day, but I'm also having the meet and greet on Thursday, June 13th. So if you watch this in time, and if you are in New Jersey or New York City, make sure that you make your way, because I don't do events often, and this is not even like a full-blown like event. It's just something that I wanted to do, super chill, no sponsored anything. It's literally at a little boutique thrift store in Roselle Park, New Jersey, and I just wanted to like create an environment where people could pop in, shop, take some selfies, and chat for a bit, and just chill. So it's about 2 hours, 7 to 9, and then I'll feel like my consciousness clear that I finally did a meet and greet in my own state, in my own where I'm from. So that's that. But I honestly did want to talk about something that I posted today on Instagram. P.S. I am going to be filming a video with Deb where she asked me like juicy, like girl talk questions. So if you guys want to leave those questions down in the comment section, definitely do that, because I already know it's going to be a situation. So here's what I posted earlier today on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's loveMichelleAna everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And so what I posted was, and if not, he, as in God, is still good. So pretty much what I was talking about was this notion of always living for the next blessing, and always essentially feeling like you are imposing, or you are kind of sort of telling God what to do. And stuff like this allows us to pause and say, well, God, like, even if you don't, like, will I still be good? Are you still good to me? Have you already done enough in my life where you are still good, even until this point of my life? And so what I was saying was, you know, don't get me wrong, there are a few pending prayers that I even have myself. But even if those things don't go my way, or the prayer isn't answered the way I feel like it should be answered, God is still God is still God. And I'm getting like messages at the same time, and he's still good. And I think that sometimes it's hard to come to that realization, because sometimes it's like, no, God, but like, I need you to heal this, and I need you to do that, and I need you to do this. But God is such a sovereign God, and there's nothing that has happened in our lives that he is not prepared to handle, to manage, to reroute, to recalibrate. There's nothing that has happened in our lives. So even if it feels like he's not going to do it, we need to pause and think about, when he did it before. Because if he did do it before, he can do it again. And the last part that I was talking about was about God's sovereignty and his power and his matchless way of doing things. There's nothing and no one that compares to the way God works a thing out, whether it be the way our situation turns around, whether it be how our hearts heal, whether it be how you come back from losing someone you love, or a breakup, or a friendship ending, or someone disappointing you, or just disappointments, period. I think that when we go through those things, we expect them not to disappoint us. You know, we expect them not to go that way, but they do. And so even in those moments where we're disappointed by how life turns out, we still have to recognize that this is no impossible task for God to figure out. And where I got this all from, and I was studying this morning, was Daniel 3. Basically, I'm going to get the names super wrong, so I need y'all to go to Daniel 3 in the Bible, and specifically verse like 17, 18, 19. And pretty much, there's these 3 young men who get thrown into the furnace. If you have grown up in church, you've heard this this story before, because they decided not to bow down to the king that was the king ruling in that time. They were like, nah, like, we're not doing this because, you know, we believe in our God, and we're not going to bow down to any other God but our God. And so they got thrown to the furnace, and then oh boy, King Nebuchadnezzar goes and looks inside the furnace and was like, wasn't there 3 guys like in there, and now there's 4? There was an angel that completely covered them from even being burnt, from even being touched by any of the fire, and they weren't harmed at all. But I don't know which one it was that said it, but that's where this quote or Bible verse is from. You know, even if they got burnt in the fire, and even if God didn't show up, he is still a good God. So essentially, I felt like the undertone of this whole story was faith. Faith that even when I don't see it, even when it disappointed me, even when it felt like it broke me and this was the end of me, I'm still gonna have faith that God is a good God, and because he is a good God, he's gonna work this all out, and it's all going to be in alignment to what his will is in our lives. Sometimes we get ourselves in trouble or in certain situations because of our decisions, and it's okay, because there's nowhere we can go on this earth that is too far off of God's reach. He can literally reach us wherever we are. So even in our biggest mistakes, and even if we feel like we have just completely turned our backs, that is still not too far for God's hand to reach you where you are. And, you know, I just got to thinking a lot about this and posting it, and it really resonated with a lot of you guys, and a lot of you guys responded to what this meant. And it's very unpopular, because we want to believe like God, and this is good. We want to believe in healing, and we are. This is the Bible gives us that hope. That's why there is hope, right? We believe in miracles, signs, and wonders, right? But I think that instead of saying, you know, my blessing is on my way, you know, it's gonna happen, and it will in his timing, but is God still good in your life? If he does not answer your prayer the way you thought it was going to be answered, ask yourself that question. And I know it's probably a hard answer, and it's probably, reading something like this is probably like, well, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that God is still a good God when I still have to deal with this. I don't want to say that even if he doesn't do it, even if he doesn't heal, even if he doesn't restore the marriage, even if he doesn't restore the friendship, even if he doesn't bring my mother back to good health, I don't feel like he's a good God. Even in my situation and in life, I have felt that way. But God has, oh my gosh, God has continuously shown me that even when things don't go my way, they're still going to work out because of how he has seen it already before the foundations of the earth. He already saw it from point A to point Z. And so even if right now I have questions in my life, right? Because there are real things that I'm like, well, God, how are we going to do this? And how is that going to do that? And how are we going to do this? That is me. I'm with you, sis. I get it. But we must believe that God is a good God. We must believe that God is a good God. And that he will always have a way to just work things out. Because he's already mapped it out. He's already mapped it out. And even in our disappointments and even in our heartbreak, he's working it all out for our good, for those that love him and are called according to his purpose. This was very impromptu, but I feel like God really just wanted me to release that word over you, to just really anchor yourself in the fact that even if God does not do that, challenge yourself. Do you really believe that? Read Daniel 3, because I read and I was like, Lord have mercy. Oh my gosh, do I really believe this? And I really, really do. Even if God didn't do another thing in my life, he is still a good God. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you are in Jersey or NYC, I hope that I see you this Thursday at Abby's Addict in Roselle Park, New Jersey. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. Comment below some of the questions that I asked you earlier, and even some feedback on this video. I'll see you guys in my next video. I just realized that I love this shirt. It's like one of my, I made it into a crop top. It's like one of my favorite shirts.